everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the Hells Devils 3.5 billion point KVK. If you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up. Really helps out the channel, helps me reach new viewers. Also, if you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing and hit the bell icon for all my content. Also, answer the question of the day. I'm just gonna move my face. What kind of giveaway would you like to see next? Is it like an account giveaway? Is it gem giveaway? Is it a, I don't know, a PS3 giveaway or something, I don't know. Anyways, let's get into the video. The first rally is coming in. This is a fake rally, or a tier 2, tier 4 fake rally. So we ended up getting capped on that. We know, or we thought we were going to get capped. We have his scout. We know he has about 15 million troops. We were just trying to see if he was going to switch his gear or switch his phalanx or try to counter if the guy was online at all, because we were wondering if the guy was baiting or not, because again, he has almost 15 million troops. I mean, he had 15 million troops. Oops, my thing's falling down. He had almost 15 million troops in our scout, so we're like, okay, we're gonna do him with a tier 2, tier 4. If he switches his what's called gear or changes his phalanx, we will know, and then we'll just not rally him anymore. But we found out he didn't switch. We do know his front line. Unfortunately, this guy decided to go in. This what are they? HX. Unfortunately, HX decided to go, and we're like, oh my god, what are you doing? He's also going range. We know he's in infantry too. So we had it set up perfectly there for a massive hit, but this guy decided to go in with his range hit and start taking out some of the infantry. We're like, dang it, because we were going cav. So we would have had a massive hit on this one, but they kind of messed it up. At least if you're going to do this, go cav. Don't set range into their infantry. You're just wasting troops, but whatever. He decided to do that, but we are still going cav, so we will still get a big hit. But it won't be like a 5 or 6 million hit. It'll probably be like a 3 billion hit. But we do know the full counter. As long as the guy does not switch out his gear or anything, we should be good. Chap is just actually moving some jewels around here. Just so we can have a little bit better of a hit. He's throwing his guard jewel in instead of the infantry jewel, because infantry jewel in his cav gear is not going to do anything. So we decided to threw the guard jewel, so a little bit more HP and defense. He's going to actually switch to cav here. Just go in here. The rally is coming in. He hasn't switched gear. That's good. He hasn't switched phalanx, I'm pretty sure. And we burned him on the first leader hit there. 3.8 million dead. Again, that would have been a massive hit. It could have been like 5 or 6 million reds from that rally if the other guys didn't go in range, and they decided to cancel the rally. So I'm not sure what that HX guild was doing or whatever was going on there, but it looks like Lucky is going to be going in for the second one. Again, we going range. We do have his scouts. We know exactly what troops to go on this, which is really nice, because when you don't know what you're doing, it doesn't really work out as well. So it makes it much faster if you know what's going on, as long as he's not getting reinforcements or something like that, which we'll actually see in the next clip what happens when people start getting reinforcements. And it can get quite annoying because you're trying to cancel them, and obviously the guildmaster will be reinforcing in the basically the counter of what you're trying to reinforce or what you're trying to go. So anyway, so we're going in for another rally here. Lockie will be the rally lead WLF. He is another mini titan. I mean, you're probably pretty familiar with Chap's gear at this point. You've probably seen enough rallies with him and all that. Don't get to see Lockie's gear quite as much because it's not from his point of view, but again, he is our top stat guy. So again, I've been trying to get him to do a what's called an account overview, but he keeps like not wanting to do it until he has like max 11k heroes and full mythic champ and emperor gear. I don't know what he wants to do, but I'm like, people want to see your account. Your base might is like 400 mil might, and you've got like 900 stats. People want to see that account. So anyways, the rally is coming in here. Let's see what he did. 4.8 million damage, full counter again. So we're going through his basically squads. We knew he was in infantry, so infantry foul, the first thing you hit is infantry, then you hit cav, and then you hit range. So that's kind of what's going on there. Looks like there's a follow-up rally coming in here. I think there's going to be a solo in between. They are trying to steal our kills, but good thing for us, I don't think they actually zeroed him, so I think we might actually get some hits after this. Let's see. Not 100% sure. Yeah, they didn't cap the leader, so it looks like we got the leader. It looks like HX tried to steal it. I'm not sure who HX is, but I don't think they're allied with us, because Chap was getting super mad at him after messing up that massive hit he would have gotten the first one, because that would have been an awesome hit. Again, that would have been like 6 million reds if he had hit that one, but again, they messed it up for us. I'm not sure if they did it on purpose, but I think they just wanted free points, but they totally destroyed it. Like, first off, they didn't scout, so they didn't go the right thing. Why were they going range in the first place? I have no idea. But yeah, he was obviously an infantry. He had no anti or anything like that, so all he had to do was do a normal tier 2 hit and would have found out he was an infantry just by scouting him after the hit. But it was what it is. Never mind. We'll go back and look at some of the hits here. So this was the Cav hit here. Yeah, took out all his infantry pretty much. There was a little bit of tier 4 infantry left there, but yeah, he had about 3 million tier 2 infantry before the other guy hit him, so we would have definitely taken all of that infantry, so it would have been at least 3 million plus the other ones. But I mean, it was still 3.8. It was still a big hit nonetheless. Still smacked him for 3.8 million reds, but yeah, it would have been like, I think 5, maybe getting close to 6 mil at that point if we had got the right one. And then Locky went in range after that into the guy's Cav. It was, yeah, basically took all his Cav out, so it would have been kind of like this hit. So 4.8 million from Locky there. So, and then the other guys hit, and then we just sold them after and ended up taking the rest out. But anyway, so that was the first zero, but we'll move on to another one. Again, we got this guy's scout as well. So this is IFGK Allen. Oops. Just going to turn the volume down. I'm hearing some background as the recording. So anyways, let's go back to this. So we are going to be going after IFGK Allen. This guy's going to be a little bit harder, even though he has less troops, just because he's actually in war gear. So this guy is in quite good war gear. You can see he's got half mythic, half gold. So his stats must be at least 450 mix. So he's going to be, I think he must be in his talents, because he's in his war gear, must be in his talents. So these are not going to be as big a hits as the other guy who was obviously in his merging gear. I'm not sure if he was in talents or not, but this guy does have a smaller comp. He does have tier 5 in there, so must have some decent base stats as well. So that with that gear is probably getting almost close to that 500 mix as well, just because of that base stats plus the gear. It looks like we're going to be going, we're faking range, by the way. So if you're wondering why he put on his range gear, that's in case the guy's online. He's going to counter, so he's going to put the range gear on, fake that out, throw back on his Cav gear, and then we're going to hit him Cav, and hopefully he would switch to infantry again. That's the thought process behind that, but it didn't really matter. The guy wasn't online anyways, but if you're trying to fake someone out, that's what you want to do. You want to fake him out the gear, throw on your range gear, they're going to switch to infantry to try and counter that, and then you switch to your other gear. I mean, it might not work against all people, because if I saw that, I'd be like, oh, he's trying to fake me out, but some people will get faked out by that. But that comes down to experience in trapping or rally leading and stuff like that. So we hit him, did quite a bit of damage actually on the first hit there. He had very little reinforcements, if any. So he got down to 6.8, so we hit him for about 3 million troops on the first hit. So it was a really good hit. But then they started reinforcing. This is the one where I was talking about. If you can reinforce someone in the counter that they're trying to counter. So we take out a certain amount of troops, and then what he comes all of a sudden becomes is a rain trap. So that's the problem. He starts getting a million reinforcements to tier 4 is the rain trap part of it, because it's really hard to zero the person after that, because if he has decent stats like this guy who has almost 500% mix, if you can start just rain trapping or raining him, it's going to take so many rallies to zero him, where it would have taken just a couple without the rain sort of thing. So you'll see that pretty soon here. Again, we do have his scout because he's not running an anti, so I'm not sure if he was baiting the rallies and just kind of didn't get back online, couldn't get called, or his anti just dropped and basically he's offline this whole time. I mean, he was offline this whole time, but he wasn't planning on getting rallied sort of thing, and his anti just dropped by accident, or he didn't throw his anti up. He thought to do that, just basically mistimed it or something like that. But we are going to be going for a second rally now. We are going to spam him because we weren't sure if he was online or not at this point. So we are still spamming a little bit. Again, because sometimes when you find someone like this, they are trying to bait rallies, because 9 million troops is definitely enough to take a rally on, especially if you can get the counter off. But obviously, once you hit 6 million, it's not quite enough. Here comes Locky coming in here, and he did Blackwing, by the way, because they started to reinforce, and we knew they were reinforcing in infantry, and we knew that he was in infantry, so what you do with reinforced traps is you start blackwinging them, and then they start losing tons of troops. So that was 2.6 million reds. A lot of that was tier 4 infantry as well. 647k dead on their side there. We did lose 900k, so it's not like we're not losing any troops either. But at this point, he's going to start not doing very much damage just because he's started to lose bunch of troops. But they are going to keep reinforcing him in infantry because this guy really only has range left. So we're probably going to go what's called infantry to do that, or cav or whatever, just to hit that. But we're not trying to hit their reinforcements because we're not trying to kill his reinforcements. So it does get quite difficult to start zeroing some at this point, because if we go cav to take out the infantry, then we're just hitting pure range after that with our cav. We're not really doing much damage with that, especially if the guy has good counter research. So we're kind of stuck in that hard place where we could go a cav, take out their reinforcements, and then we hit them, and then yeah, you can see they're still reinforcing infantry there, and then we'd be hitting his pure range, which wouldn't make very much sense to go cav into pure range if we're trying to take out his troops. But we are just slowly chipping away here. We went range one more time there. Again, we are just hitting their reinforcements infantry, so maybe range isn't the best idea. Maybe cav is better, but again, we won't be taking out many troops even if we get through their front line in the first place. So kind of stuck in a middle of a rock and a hard place. But I mean, we'll eventually zero him. It's just going to take a little bit longer than, let's say, if they didn't reinforce him. Because, I mean, he would have been already zero at this point if he didn't get reinforcements, because our hits would have been big enough, especially since we have his scout. And once he just kind of loses like his cav and infantry, it's like super easy. It's just like one shot. You can start soloing him at that point. And we actually eventually do that. So anyways, we're going to be going in for another rally here. Here comes the other rally. Let's take a look here. He's at 673. Does burn him again. I mean, there's no way he's going to cap us, no matter what reinforcements he gets at this point. But it's more of a we're just basically just hitting his infantry front line there, and we're going infantry at this point because we're like, oh, okay, maybe we'll get through his infantry and then finally get into his range. But since he has such a big tier 4 front line at this point, it's starting to get a little hard. I mean, he literally has like nothing left though. Like he's got like his actual troops there is so little. So he's only got what was that, like 2 million troops left. He does have a little bit of what's called tier 5 cav in there, and the rest is basically just range. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to rally him one more time, and then what we're going to do is solo him after that so he doesn't get reinforcements. So we'll try and take out the reins there with a rally, and then we'll just basically go in and mass solo him after that, just to basically take out all the rest of his troops before he gets reinforcements again. So that's kind of the plan here. So let's take a look here. Chap's already ready with his infantry attack. So he's going to go in here and then basically speed up as fast as possible and solo him, because we don't want them to send reinforcements again. Because we're trying to take out his reinforcements and then hit him with the, infantry hit, or sorry, infantry solo. Sorry, I'm just let's see. So didn't do too much damage because he still had infantry there. It was so annoying. The guy just keeps basically not going down. But again, he does have really good stats, so that's also the issue here. He's not in like construction gear or emerging gear or something like that. He's actually in his his pretty good war gear. So even the normal solo is not going to do too much, but he's pretty much zeroed after that, because most of our rally leads were there and they were able to hit him like a bunch of times in between that. So so really good job there. So that's 2 700 mil might guys. We've pretty much zeroed. Again, I think we only have like about 500 million points at this point. And again, we do get up to 3.5 billion points during this. So we have tons more after this. I think I will have to at least do 1 or 2 more videos on this KVK before we're done, but I will end up with a couple more clips here. So Maximo did go in there. He hit the guy for 7.8 million. So that's about 5 million reds on that one. I don't think we got a walk back though. So we are going to go in for a rescue route. No, actually, no, we didn't. No. Never mind. Maximo got his leader back because he used this familiar. Looks like Lockie's going to be going in for the second here, just to try and see what he has, because we don't exactly know what this guy has. I think he has an anti on, but if we hit 5 million on the first one, he's probably got quite a bit of troops because he was still able to cap it. So we'd say over 10 million at least to start off, and then we'll see after this hit and see if we burn him and see how many troops he actually had. So let's take a look down. He's at 500 million might. Again, some of these guys we're going in is basically just going in blind to see what would happen. I think Maximo went in with his bunny to see what he had. So that's a lot of times we'll test. We don't go tier 2, tier 4 too many times to test, unless we're trying to see if they're online or not. A lot of times we'll just go in bunny and see if we get a walk back or not, and then maybe go in for another bunny. Well, depending if he basically switches his gear or something like that. So here comes Locky coming in. Let's take a look and see how much damage he's going to do this time. And boom, here comes the rally. It did burn him by the way. Yeah, it did burn him, by the way. You just didn't see the burn because there's so much spam, so you didn't get to see the fire, but he did burn on that one, released the leaders that he had. You can see here, yeah, so Locky did win that, burned him. Let's take a look, because he did get a walk back. 2.9 million reds there, so the guy had about 6 million troops left. Not very much after that. It looks like all he has is infantry now, so I think some of the people will go in and start soloing him, but wanted to send another rally, but people kind of jumped the gun, I think, and started soloing him after that, because all he had was infantry left. So maybe we did have a scout, because it looks like they're going in for a solo as well, so we definitely should go in for the solo. Chap wasn't ready for the solo, he was ready for the next rally, so you won't get to see him, but the guy gets zeroed quite quickly with infantry hits here. Yeah, so anyways, let's move on. The guy got zeroed. It was infantry hits at the end, so we will have a couple hits here to end off the video. Again, I will have a part 3 coming out, because I just have tons more clips from this KVK. Chap got a bunch of them. So anyways, the first rally came in there. Let's see what he did. Oh, the guy only had 5.4 million troops, so ended up getting almost 2 million reds. They did carpet that very quickly, by the way, so it almost insta-hit after the rally started, so he didn't really get to see it, just kind of went poof, hit him and burned him out. We did have a second rally set on another guy, so we were doing that a lot. If people were like reinforcing people or something like that, we were just setting rallies on all the people reinforcing. So you probably saw in the first video we did the exact same thing. We were just basically rallying their whole guild. We kind of did that here too. So this guy's also getting rallied. We're spamming him with what's called 1 troops, just so maybe we can get the counter off, or at least he can't counter our rally. So the guy is 416 million might. I do not believe we have his scout either. I think we're just going in blind on this guy. So rally is going to be coming in quite soon here. It is going to get carpeted. You can see it's flying in right now. He's at 416. His okay war gear, but not great. So he's probably going to get burned here. And poof, there he goes. Burned out of the wonder. Let's see how much. 3.6 million reds. Only had 7 million troops. Not quite enough to take a rally from one of our mini Titan leads. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. It was an action-packed video. Again, I will have a part 3. If you do like the video, hit the thumbs up. Really helps out the video and all that. And I'll see you guys in the next one.